Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Today we are from group 4. Going to explain to you about principle for designing writing techniques. Okay, first material will be explained by Suryanti.
So there is the principle for designing writing techniques. The first is incorporate practice of good writer. Here is the example of good writers. The first is focus on goal or main idea in writing. And the second is perceptively gauge their audience. And the third is spend some time planning to write. And the next is easily let their first ideas flow onto the paper. And the next is follow a general organizational plan as they write. And then solicit the utilized feedback on their writing. And also are not rigid to certain surface structure. Revise their work willingly and efficiently. And the last is patiently make name revision and needed.
Okay, second is balance process and product. Because writing is a composing process and usually requires multiple drafts before an effective product is created, make sure that students are carefully led through appropriate stage in the process of composing. This includes careful attention to your own role as a guide and as a responder. At the same time, don't get so caught up in the stage leading up to the final product that you lose sight of the ultimate attainment, a clear, articulate, well-organized, effective piece of writing. Make sure students see that everything leading up to this final creation was worth the effort. Third is account for cultural or literary backgrounds. Make sure that your techniques do not assume that your students know English rhetorical convention. If there are some apparent contrast between student native tradition and those that you are trying to teach, try to help students to understand what it is exactly that they are accustomed to, and then by degrees but bring them to the use of acceptable English rhetoric.
4. Connect reading and writing. Clearly, students learn to write in part by carefully observing what is already written. That is, they learn by observing, reading, and written work. By reading and studying a variety of relevant types of texts, students can gain important insight both about how they should write and about subject matter that may become the topic of their writing. 5th, provide as much authentic writing as possible. Whether writing is real writing or for display, it can still be authentic in that the purposes for writing are clear to the students. The audience is specified overtly, and there is at least some intent to convey meaning. Sharing writing with other students in the class is one way to add authenticity. Publishing a class newsletter, writing letters to people outside of class, writing a script for a skit or dramatic presentation, writing a resume, writing advertisements, all this can be seen as authentic writing.
And the last is frame your techniques in terms of pre-writing, drafting, and revising stage. There are the steps for the pre-writing stage. They are reading a passage, skimming and or scanning a passage, conducting some outside research, brainstorming, listing, clustering, discussing a topic, instructor and initiated question and prompts, and free writing. For the drafting and the revising stage are the core of process in the writing. In traditional approaches to writing instruction, students either are given time in class composition to write from start to finish within a class hour, or they are given a homework for their writing assignment. So there are several strategies and skills that can be applied to the drafting or revising process in writing. The first one is getting started. The second is optimally monitoring of one's writing. Third is peer reviewing for content, using the instructor feedback, editing for grammatical errors, and read aloud techniques in small group or in pairs, and the last is the proofreading. So that's all from our group about the techniques or types in writing classroom. Thank you.